We're very often asked about the TAP program as to what makes it different from other trainer-trainer programs, for example, that have been available over the years. And that's quite a big subject to explain in 5 minutes, but there are some essential differences. And I think that what we can encapsulate it with the acronym of SMART. Right. First of all, the S, skills-based. No TAP course is just knowledge transfer. We started off on the basis of how do we get skills, genuine skills, transferred in intensive short course modules. And that has always been the basis of the TAP approach. And that is where most trainer-trainer programs over the years have fallen down. Most certificates of training practice have been knowledge-based and theory-based, theory-led. Now, you do need to understand how people learn. You do need the theory. But that is a small part of a trainer's role. What they really need are skills. So I think that's the first thing that identifies TAP as different. Let's take the M. M is modular. There are 19 different TAP modules in the overall framework. And the reason for that is that when we created the TAP program, or started to evolve the TAP program in 1998, there were mostly linear, monolithic, soup to nuts trainer programs out there. They weren't modular. You couldn't go and do the bit you needed then. You know, if I wanted delivery skills, I couldn't go and do a delivery skills module. I had to do a certificate in training practice that went through all the different steps before it got to the bit I wanted. So it was less relevant to me, so it was less useful. And so modularity is something very, very important. When people come on a TAP course, they learn the skills they need for example, to develop an e-learning course, or to run a coaching session, or to facilitate a learning event. Or, you know, there's 19 of these things. There's 19 different modules. And so what we do is we say to people, come on the course that you need at the time. We say train when skills are needed. That's our approach. Train when skills are needed. And go away and use it straight away. Now that's really important actually, because when we did the TAP survey in 2009, we had 1,850 people invited to reply to an online survey. They'd all done a TAP course the previous year. 736 replied to that survey from 359 organisations. There is a full survey report available on our website. You can see the names of the organisation, the names of the people, and the comments they made. And one of the questions on the survey was, to what extent are you still using the TAP skills that you learned on the course in the workplace? Now, on average, this was 8 months after they did the course. 96% said they're still using them. That is unbelievable. Why? Because of the modularity of the approach. You come and do something when you actually need it. The A is for accessible. Now, each TAP module has predefined best practice profiles that can be assessed, the learners can be assessed to the performance standards required. And it was those assessment models, the idea of assessing delivery, the assessing design to predefined standards, that won the Queen's Award for Innovation. And it's never been done before, and as far as I know, it's not been done since by anybody, because most people don't think you can assess training or teaching. They think it's an art, it's not a science that you can assess. We disagree. We think you can. We think you can develop best practice profiles, and we've done that, and 26,000 people agree with us now. So accessible models are, again, something that totally differentiates the TAP approach. The R of SMART is role relevant. Now, this is very important. Instead of having a set of qualifications that are soup to nuts and that everybody does, the TAP diploma structure, made up of 19 modules over 5 role-based diplomas. So you have diploma in learning facilitation, that's delivery, facilitation, the diploma in learning design, the diploma in e-learning, the diploma in L&D consultancy, and the diploma in L&D management. Each one of those is made up of 2 core elements, and 2 electives from a choice of 6, all relevant to that particular role. So you're not coming on a TAP training course for something you're not going to use. This is specific to your role. And the concept of role-relevant training program is unique in the UK. I don't know of any other one. Surprisingly, nobody's tried to match that over the last 15 years. And perhaps now it's so embedded that it's hardly worth anybody trying to compete with it, because TAP is now in place in so many organisations. It has a very strong brand value. People recruit TAP trainers. They want TAP trainers. So the role relevance is something that is of particular value. And the T is timely. These are all short courses of between usually three days, plus online work as well. So they can be achieved quickly. And the assessment and the qualification and the certification can be achieved quickly once you prove that you've got the competence to meet the standards set out in that module. And of course, that is again something very attractive to people today. They want to get their training done as soon as possible. They need to get back to work as soon as possible and use those skills as soon as possible. So when you say what is the difference between TAP and anything else, I would say it's smart.